thanks for joining us. I'm going to take you through a gentle flow level class today. Just a couple of things to mention before we get going. I'm not with you, so please take care of your own bodies. If an exercise doesn't suit you, or if you're unsure about an exercise, please leave it out. So always remember, if in doubt, leave it out. If you have any neck issues, or you need the head and neck supported, then leave the head down. You can use a rolled up pillow, or a rolled up towel or a pillow under the neck. And yes, let's get started. So, gentle flow level class. So come and join me on the mat. So let's start standing at the front edge of the mat. Take your Pilates stance, or if you have any ankle, knee and hip issues, you can work parallel hip socket width here. Take your arms into genie stance, one on top of the other, and then take one leg behind the other. Square off your hips, pull your deep abdominals in and up, stand lifted, stand tall. Then from there, lower yourself down into the mat with control. Take a moment to lie yourself down, centering yourself top to bottom and side to side in your mat. We'll work with the knees bent and the feet flat on the mat. Take a moment to feel your pelvis heavy, your shoulders heavy, your head heavy and the back of the head nice and relaxed. Again here, this is where you can use your rolled up pillow, your rolled up towel under the nape of the neck or your pillow under your head. And just take a moment to let the bones settle down. Let's start by taking a big breath in through the nose, allowing the abdominals to rise, allowing the ribcage to expand. And breathing out through the nose if you can, breathing out through the mouth if you need. Breathing in through the nose, allowing the abdominals to rise. And breathing out through the nose, allowing the abdominals to fall. Breathing in through the nose, allowing the abdominals to rise. And breathing out, allowing the abdominals to fall. And then finally, allowing your bottom ribs to anchor down into the mat. Okay, from here, we're going to take it into a little pelvic tilt, just to loosen off through the lower back. So, gently draw your tailbone up to the pubic bone, and draw your pubic bone up towards the navel. You should feel your lower back gently kiss into the mat, but your glutes should remain relaxed. And then release the pelvis back. The sacrum is heavy again. Draw the tailbone up to the pubic bone up towards the navel, and then bring the pelvis back. Take a breath in. As you breathe up, breathe out, draw the tailbone to the pubic bone to the navel, and breathe in, return the pelvis back. We'll take 2 more of those, feeling your deep abdominals drawing in and strongly up, and checking in again with your glutes to check they're nice and relaxed here. And then when you finish, make sure your pelvis returns back heavy on the mat and take your headpiece or your pillows away. We'll slide the heels close into the buttocks and we'll take that next into our bridge. So for our bridging, press the hands down and expand the chest. Curl the tip of the tailbone to the back of the knees, go back to that pelvic tilt. Peel the pelvis off the mat, peel the lower back out of the mat, the middle back, the upper back, until finally you arrive on the shoulder girdle. We hold it here, making one long line from our shoulders through our hips to our knees. And then we melt the spine, bone by bone, back down into the mat. Not forcing, not pushing. Just dripping the bones like honey dripping off a spoon. At the bottom, we completely relax the pelvis back down. You take a breath in. Breathing out, we make that pelvic tilt, tailbone to the pubic bone pulls up to the chest, and we peel the bones, bone by bone, out of the mat until we arrive at one long line. At the top, we take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we melt the bones back into the mat. Not forcing, not pushing. And we'll take one more of those. Lovely exercise to articulate the spine. When you get to the top of your range, make sure your abdominals are drawing in and up and your ribs are not busting open. And we melt the spine all the way back down. From here, we'll just gently bring the knees into the chest and give them a hug in. And then with control, place the feet back down onto the mat. Okay, from here, let's place the feet together, the knees together, and we'll take it into a chest lift. So bring the hands behind the head. Keeping the pelvis nice and heavy into the mat, bringing the elbow tips in your line of vision. We'll curl up the head, curl up the chest out of the mat. We'll hold it here, drop the tip of the tailbone onto the mat, keep scooping the deep abdominals in and up, and then roll back into the mat with control. Inhale, we prepare. Breathe out, we curl up the head and the chest. Take a breath in, we hold that curl. Breathe out, we roll back into the mat. We've got one more of these. Making sure the tailbone stays down on the mat, so we're not going into a big tuck. The abdominals stay scooping. And we lower with control. The next level coming up, take an inhale. Exhale, we curl up out of the mat. Inhale, we take the hands around the back of the thighs. Exhale, we curl up a little inch higher. Inhale, we reach up to the ceiling, looking at the abdominals. We take the hands behind the head, and we exhale and roll back down. Inhale. Exhale, we curl up, head, neck and chest. Inhale, the hands come round behind the thighs. Exhale, we deepen the abdominals in and up, keeping the tailbone down. Inhale, we reach the hands up to the ceiling. We take the hands behind our head. And exhale, we roll back into the mat. We've got one more of these. Inhale. Exhale, abs in and up. Keep working on your scoop. Inhale, hands behind the head. Exhale, deepen the abs in and up. Inhale, lift and reach higher, higher, higher to the ceiling. Hands come behind the head. And we'll scoop the belly as we roll into the mat. And there's our chest lift. Okay, and we are ready and we're nice and warm, ready for our first exercise, which is the 100. So today we'll keep our 100 with our feet down. And we'll curl back up with the head, the neck and the chest. Remember, if that's too much, you can lower the head down. So we want to be curled up now to the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. We're going to anchor our pelvis down, take the eyes to the abdominal walls and keep the fingers long and together. We're pumping the arms vigorously up and down, breathing in for a count of 5 and breathing out for a count of 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air, and out. 2, 3, 4, 30. In with the air, and out. 2, 3, 4, 40. In, and out. 2, 3, 4, 50. We hold that there. We bring one leg into the chest, other leg into the chest. And if we want more work, we bring the legs to tabletop, knees over the hips. We keep pumping. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 60. In, and out. 2, 3, 4, 70. We keep going here. Out, 2, 3, 4, 80. Out, 2, 3, 4, 90. Out, 2, 3, 4, 100. We deepen the abs again. We take the knees tight to the chest and lower the head back down into the mat with control. Taking the feet carefully down to the mat. Bring yourself over to one side and push yourself up to seated position. Our next exercise is the half roll back. So let's take our feet and knees parallel hip socket width. Take the hands next to your hips and lift the hips to scooch the hips forward. You should arrive now to the back of the sitting bones. Slip the hips behind the nooks and the knees. Take the elbows nice and wide, but if that's causing tension in the neck and shoulders, just relax the elbows in. We take a breath in to sit tall. As we breathe out, we roll the pelvis back until our sacrums arrive on the mat and the arms lengthen nice and long. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, we deepen the abs, we widen the elbows, and we pull ourselves all the way back up here. Breathe in, we sit tall, long neck. Breathe out, we roll back. We want to feel those abdominals scoop in and strongly up. We take a breath in here. Breathe out, deepening the abs, widening the elbows, and pull ourselves all the way up. Breathe in, sit tall, long neck. Breathe out, roll back. Breathe in, stay and hold. Breathe out, deepen the abs, widen the elbows, back we come. So we've got 2 more of these, let's keep going. We should all be feeling our abdominals working hard for us. We're working on our C curve of the spine here. You can keep your eyes straight forward. And we've got a final one. And really think about pulling the tailbone under to the pubic bone and curling the pubic bone right up towards the navel. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Lifting tall. Now we're going all the way down to the mat with control. Off we go. Ready for our next exercise. So here we are ready for the one leg circle. Okay. So center yourself into the mat again. Use any hedge pads or towels that you need and bring the right knee into the chest. Give it a little hug. We're working with the bottom leg bent and the big toe knuckle anchored down into the mat. Reach the top leg up to the ceiling. Here, if you wanted an extra stretch, you could tie a band, flex band around your foot. You could hold a magic circle if you're lucky enough to have one. Or you could just use a towel for an added stretch here. If you're tight in the hamstrings, do put a little bend in the knee, and let's all use a little turnout here. Press the hands and arms down and feel the collarbones wide and check your hip bones are level. So I do this by lifting up my head just to look at the hip bones, checking with them. The circles are small, the size of an egg cup, so we take our leg across our midline, we draw a small circle around to come up and pause. Inhale, cross your body. Exhale, small circle around, up and pause. Inhale, cross. Exhale, around, up, pause. We've got 5 one way and 5 the other way. If you're flexible, you could go with a straight leg, but make sure your pelvis is anchored. Inhale halfway, exhale all the way. So we've got 2 more here. Be focused on all the body parts that aren't moving on the mat. Then when you've completed your 5 each direction, bend the knee in, give it a hug, place that foot back down. Anchor your big toe knuckle and take your left knee into the chest. Reach that leg up and give it a stretch. Use your towel, use your band, your magic circle, whatever you need. Bend the knee if you need to. Turn out the thigh bone, check the hips are level. Press the hands and arms down, open the chest. Inhale, take the leg across the midline. Exhale, circle around and up, pause at the top. Inhale, across your body. Exhale, around and up, pause at the top. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. We reverse. Inhale, small open. exhale, round and centre. Inhale, open, exhale, round and centre. We've got 2 more. And last one. Hold it there, bend the knee in, give it a hug. And bring both knees into the chest. Our next exercise will be single leg stretch today. So we curl up our head, neck and our chest. If you need to, work with the head down. Bring your right knee towards you and set your hands up, one on top of the other, on top of your right shin. Reach your left leg either up to the ceiling if you've got vulnerable back, or you can work to the high diagonal. But make sure your pelvis is heavy and your abs are scooping in and up. Push your shin up into your hands and push your hands down into your shin to ignite those abdominals. We take an inhale, keep the eyes down in the abs. As we exhale, we hold that stretch. Inhale, change the hands and legs over, and exhale, work the stretch. Shin presses to hands, hands press to shins. Inhale, exhale is a stretch. Inhale is a change, exhale is a stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really great exercise here for building the blood flow. Get the circulation going around the hips. Something we all need. Especially if we're doing lots of sitting. So we've got 5 sets of these. So let's finish this one here. And bring the knees into the chest. And lower the head with control. So our next exercise, place the feet down and bring yourself up. Coming onto your side, push yourself up. We'll take it into the spine, stretch forward. So let's work with these postural muscles next. We'll bring our legs just slightly wider than the hips. Flex the feet at the ankles. If you need to, you can block yourself up or sit yourself up on blocks. Or if you haven't got blocks available to you, just bend the knees. Yeah. Check your kneecaps to the ceiling and reach the hands away from you in line with your shoulders. Let's knit the fingers together again and look straight forward. We sit nice and tall. From here, curl the chin to the chest. Pull the abdominals back to the spine as you reach the crown of the head towards the mat. Roll the spine slowly back up, restacking the head last, and take a pause. The breathing, inhale, sit tall. Exhale, curl forward, chin to the chest, crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, roll the spine back up, and exhale, hold it there. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, curl forward, pulling the abdominals back in opposition. Inhale, roll the spine back up, and exhale. Let's try that again. So make sure you're reaching forward, your abdominals are pulling backwards. And we'll go last time. And all the way back up. While we're here, we're going to go straight into preparation for saw. So lift tall on the 1, twist over your right leg on the 2, nod your chin forward and round over the leg, 3. Keep rounding forward, 4, but anchor your left sitting bone, 5. Roll it back up and come back to centre, 6. Lift tall 1, twist over your left leg, 2. Roll over the leg, 3. Keep reaching. Anchor the right sitting bone, 4. Roll it back up, 5. And centre, sit tall, 6. Let's go through that again. Lift tall 1. Twist to the right, 2. Round forward, 3. Reach and anchor that opposite sit bone, 4. Restack the spine, 5. And readjust to centre, 6. Inhale, lift 1. Exhale, twist 2. Keep exhaling, 3, anchor 4, inhale, roll up 5, and exhale 6. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale, centre. One more to the left. Pulling your abdominals back, in and up, as you're reaching forward. Roll all the way up and back to centre. Bring the legs together, bend the knees, and from here, lie yourself all the way down. Okay, let's go straight onto our stomachs. So flip yourself over onto your bellies, and we'll go into preparation for swan. Okay, so taking your hands as wide as you can get them on your mat, wider than your shoulders, take the forehead onto the mat. 2, bring your legs to the width of your hips in parallel. So you want your baby toes on the mat. Anchor your 2 hip bones and anchor your pubic bone down. Scoop your D-pads in and up. We're drawing the shoulder blades on the back now. We reach the nose forward away from the toes. We start to lift the head, lift the neck, and lift the upper back. Keeping the back of the neck nice and long here. The side of the waist long. We lower back into the mat with control. So we're anchoring the sitting bone, the hip bones, and imprinting the pubic bone. Shoulder blades down. We reach the nose forward. We lift the head, and lift the neck, and lift the upper back, but keep the back of the neck long. And we lower into the mat with control. We've got one more of these. So this can fall apart in the lower back. So we all want to come up too high. So let's make sure that we keep those front bottom ribs really anchored down onto the mat. Also check that the shoulders don't come up by the ears and the back of the neck isn't crushed. So we keep the back of the neck long. And everything comes back down again. We'll finish here and we'll go into our single leg kicks. So we take the hands one on top of the other, rest the forehead down onto the hands. I'm going to turn my head to talk to you and squeeze the legs tight together as one. So the knees, the big toes and the heels are squeezing. My pubic bone is pressing gently into the mat and my deep abdominals are lifting up off the mat. I kick my right heel to my buttocks twice. So we've got 1, 2 and then we reach the leg away. Left leg. Kick in 1, kick it in 2, reach the leg away. Right leg again. Kick, kick, reach away. Left leg. Kick, kick, reach away. Right leg, kick, kick, reach away. Left, kick, kick, reach away. With flow, we have kick, kick, reach. Kick, kick, reach. We've got 2 more sets here. Keep the forehead looking down to the floor. The pubic bone pressing down. The abdominals scooping in and up. And that's enough. Then from here, you get a nice dessert stretch. So press yourself back into child's pose, bringing the crown of the head towards the floor, and resting back. Then press yourself back and roll up, head last. Excellent. Okay, pressing on from here. So we come onto our side body, and we're working on the back edge of the mat, ready for our side kick series. So we'll start with some front back kicks. So prop yourself up on the back edge of the mat, placing your hand behind your head, or alternatively, you can send an arm out long on the mat. So your choice, you decide there. Bring the legs forward 45 degrees, stack the ankles, stack the hips, and stack the shoulders. Lift the top leg up to the top height of the hip, and press the bottom leg down into the mat. I like this top hand in front of me, just below the chest, and the collarbone open. We kick the top leg forward on 1, we better the kick on 2, and then we take that leg backwards to the back edge of the mat only, keeping the hips stacked on 1. Kick the top leg forward on the 1, deepen the kick on the 2, and take the leg back to the back edge of the mat on the 1. With flow, we have kick 1, kick 2, back on 1. Kick 1, kick 2, back on 1. Kick 1, kick 2, back on 1. We've got 5 more here, trying to keep that same rhythm. So we'll keep going. You feel the hips. Make sure the hips are not wiggling too much. Your deep abdominals are pulling in and are pulling up. One more time. And then finish with that leg over the bottom leg. You can spin around to face the other side. I'm going to do a turn so you can still see me. Line yourself up on the back edge of the mat and carry your legs forward 45 degrees again. Support your head or lie with the arm down flat. Lift the bottom side of the waist, lift the top leg up, stacking the ankles, hips, shoulders. Front back kicks. Kick forward on the 1, deepen on the 2, and sweep that leg back to the back edge of the mat on the 1. Kick forward on the 1, deepen on the 2, and take the leg to the back edge of the mat on the 1. Kick forward 1, deepen 2, back 1. Kick 1, kick 2, back 1. Kick 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Keep going here. We're working everything in this exercise. Hip muscles, abdominal muscles, waist muscles, back muscles. Don't forget to stretch out your neck with your hand. And we'll take one more. And then finish this one here. And rest. Super. Okay, from here, let's take it into a side bend. So coming up onto your side. And we've got some various options here. So we're stacking the legs one on top of the other for the exercise, the side bend. If you need to, you can work with the bottom leg bent underneath you. So if you are struggling to lift your hips off the mat with 2 straight legs, do bend the bottom leg underneath you, yeah, if you need that option. Otherwise, legs stacked one on top of the other. Press through the forearm and the top arm hugs onto the body. Keep the hips stacked and the shoulders stacked and the neck long. Press down through the forearm and lift the hips up. Hold it there for 3, for 2, for 1, and then lower with control. We're going again. Lift the hips up. Keep your top hip facing forward to square off your boxes. And resist and lower all the way back down. Good. Let's spin around to the other side. Set yourself up again. So you want that forearm underneath you. Press through the fist, through the forearm. Square the shoulders, square the hips, stack the legs, and squeeze that top arm into your body. Push through the forearm and lift the hips. Hold it there, 3. Long neck, 2, 1, and lower with control. And again, lift the hips. Hold it there, 3, 2, 1, and lower with control. Super. Good, we're coming up to standing now. So bring yourself slowly up with control. And you can stand on your mat. I'm going to face you here. Bring your feet either in Pilates stance or parallel hip socket width if that's better on your knees, hips or ankles for any issues. Draw your shoulder blades on the back, collarbones wide, and let's take it into some arm circles. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, circle and push the air away. And again, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, circle, push the air away. Taking it onto a rise, inhale, rise up. Circle. Tip of the tailbone to the floor, exhale, push the air away. And 2 more. And last one, deep abdominals in and up. And resist through the air as your heels lower, but your head lifts. And thank you all very next time.